like see them and I'm like, but I'm sure none of it's for me.
I only read the CD.
Oh, shit! Oh, God. Hey, Hugh.
I'm sorry, what?
In the new opening number, do you listen to our gold accent Spanish and our new ones?
Give me a minute. I gotta take a smoke break.
Since it is currently 6:47 p.m. We should be in fight call right now, but as you can see, we are not currently in fight call right now. Normally I'd be getting ready, wrapping up and getting ready for house to open, but right now I kind of have to deal with all of this. Oh, Lori, honey. There's been a change of plans. You're going to be doing this scene in the green tights. It was changed while you were out sick. I do, please read my rehearsal reports. I do make them for a reason. Yes, ma'am. For the last time, don't call me ma'am. My name is Chelsea. Does anyone know where Tom is? I swear to God, his sister better be dead after how many times I've called him.
So what should I be doing during warm-up time?
Well, mainly just making sure that the day's plan is set in places and ensuring that everyone is aware of it. Oh, for God's sake. Stop painting! We open the set. We open house in 10 minutes. Are you fucking serious? Who paints the set 10 minutes before tech starts? Now go and get a hairdryer so that our actors don't cover themselves in paint. Thank you. Anyways, Eli, check in with the ASMs, set up your workspace, check in with the
Can I help? Do you need help?
No, that's okay. Eli.
I obviously know nothing about childbirth, but aren't you supposed to go to the hospital immediately after your water's broken?
I am not a full term yet, which means what I'm experiencing is probably preterm premature membrane rupture. If I were to go into labor, it won't happen for another 24 to 48 hours. I have time.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Check in with the prop master and all the floor technicians. Check in with the fucking shit on the tip, this hurts. And a few times to make sure that you have everything down correctly. Make sure that you have all your stuff, because sometimes it gets moved during rehearsal. You're going to have to remind everyone to sign in because they always forget. I mean, you've seen me do most of this stuff already, so you'll be fine. Just remember what I do and do that.
Hey Chelsea, I have a question about the run sheet.
Oh, fuck you!
sorry, I'll come back later.
Not you! Oh yes. Please! Let's all just stand around like idiots and watch the pregnant lady like she's a circus act fool! Ain't you ever seen a stage manager going to labor before? No! I don't need any of your help! Just, I'm so hungry! Go back to work before I have to change the run sheet and go an hour late! All right.
Yes, Chelsea, how can I help you?
You had a question about the run sheet?
Oh, right. Oh dear, I lost it.
Of course you did. Here's another one. Do not lose it again. Always make extra copies of your paperwork, Eli, like always. Make 1,000,000 more copies than you think you need, and then make some more.
Hey, Chelsea, what time?
Approximately 2 hours and 35 minutes. That's how long the run of the show is, including the 15-minute intermission, but not including any technical holds or taken during the run of the show, or the scene that we decided to cut. I do report on this in my rehearsal report if you ever decided to read one.
Yeah, thanks, Chelsea.
Chelsea,
I wanted to let you know that I have to leave early tonight because of that thing I emailed you about. And also, I forgot my dance shoes. Do we have any extras?
no, Lori, we don't have any extra dance shoes. You'll be dancing in your tennies or barefoot. Choose your favorite.
Okay. Thanks, Chelsea.
Is it always like this?
Yes. Oh, hi. And you'll have to fill out an accident report for any injury that includes anything larger than a Band-Aid. And considering it's tech week and we haven't had a single injury yet, I imagine you'll have to blow through a bunch of those. What?
Just saying, a pregnant lady's water breaking during dinner check, count as an accident?
Shit! That's a good question, Eli. I have absolutely no clue. I imagine it probably does, so,
Great.
welcome to Stage Management, Gun.
Chelsea, honey, we better get going. We should be at the hospital by now.
Gotta free somebody to take over real quick before I can head out. Hey, by the way, honey, did you make those changes? Hey, honey, the changes.
What changes?
Come in.
Do the transitions. The ones I reported
I read them.
I'm sorry, honey. I'll have them done by the end of tomorrow night for Eli.
What do I have to do with that?
All you have to do is update the Bible. Take out the old stuff and put in the new stuff. Then go over the changes to make sure you know what your cues look like.
Oh, Chelsea, yeah, you're still here. Yesterday. On cue.
Me and Chelsea need to get going before we have a baby in the green room. So whatever it is, I'm sure Eli can handle it.
Thanks, Hank. Anyways, Eli! Here's the Bible. You have the keys already, so just remember to lock up before you head out. Don't be afraid to yell at everyone! If you need to. But also remember to be kind and encouraging. Also, there's a food allergy list in the back of the Bible, so just make sure to consult that before the cast meal. I won't have my phone on me for the rest of the day. But Hank will have his, and we'll be sending you some updates every once in a while. Call if you have a major catastrophe, okay?
You're gonna be such a great mother.
Oh, that's so nice. I'll be back tomorrow.
Whoa, no you won't. You'll be resting at home tomorrow.
That's what you think. Okay, I'm out. Gonna go maybe have a baby.
Bye, Chelsea.
Don't let this place burn down without her.
Oh, I'm so screwed.
Police! No, not the surprise.
Oh.
You done? Don't. Stop it.
Day? Fine. Okay. Can I just give you your gift?
No, just please.
So it took me a while to do this. And as you know, I'm mostly a sketch artist, so painting is a little outside of my comfort zone. But I wanted to give you something that I put a lot of time into. So yeah. Anyway. Wow. Rin, it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted, but I think it's pretty good. What's wrong? What, you don't like it?
No. It is wonderful. Beautiful.
Something's wrong. What's wrong with it?
No, there is nothing wrong with the painting. It's extremely well done, I promise.
I don't understand.
I guess I was just expecting something different.
Different? What do you mean, different?
You know, it's just, you make me art all the time, and I have a ton of it at home, and I don't know, I guess I was just expecting something different, something original.
You told me that you wanted something that really showed you how much I care about you. This took me a lot of time.
You make me art all the time, and it just isn't that interesting anymore. I'm sorry.
Not interested anymore. Well, what? So my heart and my soul are just bland and boring to now because I've done it before. So what I have to give just fucking tiresome?
All I meant to say was I wish you thought about me. That's all.
It took me weeks to do this. I'm not a painter. This was super hard.
How hard can it be? You do this stuff all the time.
Oh my God, Stella!
I just need
Shut
that.
up.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I didn't mean that. I just meant I wish you had thought about me for once.
I thought about you nonstop for weeks while I was making you this dope-ass painting.
You put absolutely no consideration into my interests, to what I might actually want. You are an amazing artist. I have always been supportive of your work.
What do you want? You want me to buy you some fancy jewelry with all the mountains of money I have laying around? What, you want me to go hop in my limo and find you some fancy jewelry, get you some fancy Swiss watch? And then perhaps we should fly in my personal jet to go see Rome. Would that be good enough for you?
No.
That's not even good enough. Well, fuck me, Stella.
Would you listen to me? I just wish you thought about my interests, that's all. I thought about this day for a very long time, and I planned something for us that I knew you would love. Something I would never, ever, 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 ever do, because I knew you would love it. And I knew you wanted it, and you're far too kind to ask me for it, and I
don't
just
hear
want
it. I don't have any money. You know that anything I make has to go towards paying for food and rent. I can't afford to buy you anything, so I make do with what I can. I thought if I put a lot of time into making something for you, you'd see how much time I'm willing to put into caring about you. We're doing senior finals right now, but I found the time to make this extensive project for you.
Rini, can we just talk about
I don't know what
this?
the hell you want from me, but obviously what I have to give you isn't good enough. I want you to leave.
Hey. I love you. I'm sorry. I was being disrespectful. I got my hopes up and that is not your fault. Guess I must have misinterpreted some things you said this weekend. I shouldn't have said that your hard work wasn't interesting. I didn't mean that. Guess we both had different ideas of how today was going to go. I had pictured a day adventure, us doing things together that were new and exciting, and what did you want? All right, silence. I'm not going anywhere, you know. I'm not leaving until you start talking to me. And I'm dead ass. I can do this all day. I'm fucking resilient. I'm entertained so easily, I will count the brushstrokes on the wall. I don't have to get up for nothing. I know if I asked, your roommate would come running in here with a whole pot of spaghetti. I can hold my pee for 6 hours, babe. Watch me.
That's not healthy, Stella.
I don't care.
I think you get a UTI from doing that.
That is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Do not just get a UTI so I will talk to you.
Well, now I don't have to. My plan has worked. You're talking to me.
Still angry with you.
I know. We should talk about it.
I wanted today to be a celebration about us. I got wound up in the idea of creating portraits are like a physical representation of our love and our efforts, you know? Something that we can look back on and really see us in. I'm sorry that I overreacted.
Hey, no. That is not a thing. Her emotions are absolutely valid. I could do without the slippery slopes and the assumptions, though.
I guess, yeah. And you're right that I haven't considered your interests. You've never been into fine art. I should have given you something that you actually wanted. Something more practical.
Well, the painting is beautiful.
do love it. How do you even do this?
Time.
Speaking of, what time is it?
7:35.
Good. Then that means we still have some time. Why don't you go put on your outfit and I will go find your roommate and then we'll make you some dinner.
I still don't know what I'm getting dressed for.
Don't worry about it. You're gonna love it.
Stella. I love you. And I can't wait.
Hi, Mom. Well, are you sitting down? It's kind of a whole thing. Yeah, okay, so obviously I had kind of an incident. Well, I was out walking just now, and... what? Mom, I am a trustworthy and responsible adult. So, I was out walking just now, and... no, it wasn't with him. I know you say I shouldn't walk by myself at night, but you never said I couldn't walk by myself at night. And anyways, I always have that knife on me, the one that Dad gave me. I keep it on me just like he said. Yeah. Mom, this is a time-sensitive issue. Can we please move on? So I was out walking in a dark area, and there was this guy. Yeah, a shady guy. And I don't think I noticed at first, but he started following me. And all of a sudden, he just sort of cornered me. And he was all, give me your money, but I didn't have any money on me, so I couldn't give him any. So by giving him no money, really I was doing exactly what he said, but he didn't seem to like that very much. And he sort of shoved me a little. And that's when everything gets a little fuzzy. I don't know if he was going to attack me or what, but it's safe to say I had sufficiently panicked. And, well, remember just now how I said I had that knife on me? Oh no, it's right. So, he came at me, and I just sort of panicked, and, well, I stabbed him in the stomach. And he started screaming at me, calling me a crazy bitch, which, to be honest, is kind of fair. It turns out he can't afford insurance, which I suppose is why he wanted my money in the first place. And he's screaming at me, yelling at me not to call an ambulance because he can't pay for it. But I can't just leave him there bleeding out on the street because... Well, no! Mom, you always said to treat unto others like I want to be treated, and if I was a criminal bleeding out on the street, I would want medical attention. So I called the ambulance anyways, and since he couldn't pay for it, I decided I had to go with him. It turns out you can only ride in the ambulance if you're family. So I told the first responders that I was his husband. I don't know. The hospital thinks we got mugged. I told them we weren't going to report. But I'm not going to tell them that I did it. So I've got this guy bleeding out in the hospital bed. And he's pissed because not only did I stab him in the stomach, the hospital thinks he's a married gay man. Not very open-minded, I guess. He's in surgery or something right now. The nurses keep walking up to me because obviously someone has to pay his medical bills, and being a petty thief doesn't offer medical. So I told them I would take care of it as his husband, but my insurance is through you. So, will you and Dad use your insurance to pay the hospital bill for my petty criminal, fake husband who I stabbed?
Sounds like a child's name.
I don't feel I did this.
Okay, Gracie.
A what?
Gracie.
But I can't hear you.
Never mind. You were so cute. Oh, sure. Now you can hear me.
I noticed your parents haven't fixed the screen yet. I'm surprised they didn't install
They didn't suspect anything. I told them the neighbor boy chucked a ball into it, which isn't completely unreasonable because he breaks everything.
So they still have no idea that I've been visiting you?
Not even a little bit.
You are impressively deceitful.
Well, they're a little oblivious. It isn't always very hard. Remember when they found your watch? They believed it when I told them that they bought it for me and just forgot.
Oh my god.
See?
No shit. So, how was your day? What's going on this week in the Reed household? Got any gossip on Newport Ave?
Yeah, I'm okay.
What's going on?
Just a lot of throwing up and eating dry crackers. I really don't want to talk about it. What about you? What's the crazy shit happening at EHS?
I don't know. You know I stay out of that kind of stuff. I did go to class for once though. Did some shopping, bought some new kicks. See, my favorite color.
I would literally kill a man to go shopping with you.
Maybe next weekend.
Hope so. Feels like the spoons are ever going away.
Happy thoughts! Happy vibes! You're never gonna get any better with that attitude.
You're right. I'll be good. I feel better already.
So I picked out a story that I'm going to read for you. It's a little aggressively hetero, but still mega cute. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I should warn you though, if I go through with this, it's going to be quite the drama.
Perfect.
Alright. Here we go! So, I know that you asked me to read you a story, but I thought I would make it a little bit more interesting, so I will be having my own scenic and cinematographic commentary, etc. for the sake of your mental imagery.
Oh dear God.
Trust me. Allow me to set the scene. Words run across the screen in big, bold, golden font, one letter at a time. They zoom out to read Suburban Stars. Below that reads, based on a story by Melanie Wiltshire.
This is a short story out of a book, Grace, not an A movie. You're super extra.
Shut! Do not attempt to stifle the creative process. Besides, I thought you said you wanted something funny and silly.
Don't call me that.
Suburban Stars by Melanie Wiltshire. Opening credits. The names of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie roll across the screen, while the camera zips over a suburban neighborhood. It's nighttime. We get various glimpses of neighbors alike turning on the porch light, eating dinner, reading in the parlor, putting the kids to bed, shaking in the bedroom. Ice! What? It's funny.
Keep it down, my dad will hear you.
The camera zips across the land. And it's getting closer to one particular house on the top of a hill. Now this house is virtually the same as all the rest, save one thing. This house is painted bright pink. I'm talking bright as fucking pink here. I'm talking blinding. I'm talking some Pepto-Bismol shit. I'm talking a shade of pink that would put Elle Wood's wardrobe to shame. The camera, close up to the bedroom window. The decor is also pink. A girl sits on her bed, reading. She is surrounded by dozens of books.
Yay!
Begin scene.
Does that mean we're about to get into the actual story now?
Oh, come on, you know you totally loved my intro.
Alright, yeah, I kinda do.
As a child, I was wild and fearless. I knew no bounds, and I never ceased from an adventure. Without any friends, my entertainment often found me outside. I never wore shoes, and finding me often required an entire search party. I would return home to my parents, soaked in mud, my shirt ripped. Nowadays,
Does it really say nowadays?
yeah, it really does.
Who talks like that?
Lots of people, mostly people over 70.
This girl's supposed to be a teenager, right?
Just listen.
Alright, go on, babe.
You just called me babe. You don't normally call me that.
What? Shut up, let's just keep telling the story.
You're changing the subject.
Just keep going.
Right. Okay. Yeah. The camera pans out. The colors fade to lighter hues. We get another glimpse outside. It's raining. Nowadays, I'm everything younger me wasn't. I'm boring and gloomy.
Boo.
Ever since the incident, I find myself trapped inside my house every day. But I do get visitors a lot. Well, one visitor
Jared visits me as much as he can.
Oh my god, of course his name is Jared.
I know, right?
I bet he plays football and is the talk of the town, and he loves her because she didn't love him, and they were fighting, and they just got all up in each other's faces, and the sexual tension just became too much, and they made out.
You know,
Emma, are you okay? Is there someone in there? Who are you talking to?
I'm okay, Dad. Just watching a movie.
Okay. Do you need anything?
No, I'm good. Thanks, Dad.
wow, that was close.
See, I told you. Oblivious.
A montage starts. We get glimpses of various visits of Jared and they flash across the scene. Whoosh. Sometimes he brings me my favorite sweets.
Sweets? Nobody wants candy sweets anymore. Who wrote this? Charles Dickens?
Stop interrupting. Sometimes he brings a game for us to play or a gift from our friends. He does the best he can to cheer me up. It doesn't always work, but I appreciate the effort anyway. He's visiting me today. He should be here any minute. I brush my hair as I wait. Dee-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Suddenly, the camera pans to the bedroom door. There's a knock.
Who is it?
It's Jared. He's here! I let him in and see if he's brought me anything today. Nothing today. He greets me with a passionate kiss
Gross.
and asks me how I'm feeling today. I reply with honest disdain. He grimaces. And we lay on the bed, looking out the skylight together, enjoying a moment of blissful silence.
I don't have a skylight. You can't see outside from here. Blissful silence. But you're just staring at the ceiling.
Use your imagination.
Okay. So what are we looking at?
The city skyline is filled with so many of its own twinkling lights that those which we are meant to see from above often get lost in our great sea of pollution. Besides the city lights itself, all we can see is the dim golden glow of a few street lights reflecting off of a few low-hanging clouds. Sometimes, my eye catches something twinkling, but I am often let down to find it only to be an airplane or a satellite. I try to imagine what the sky would have looked like millions of years ago before humans had the chance to ruin it.
That's so sad. I wish people looked at them more.
Why?
Stars are reminders of who we are. Reminders that our entire planet is just a few flecks of gas and dust floating around some tiny corner of the universe. And we can't even see this reminder anymore because we're so obsessed with ourselves. We're literally outshining all of space. Did you know that of all the scientists in the world, we still have no idea how it works? Nobody understands space, no one. It's incomprehensible. Space is literally made up of a bunch of shit that's impossible to see or detect. Entire galaxies are held together by God knows what.
Seriously?
Yeah. You've heard of dark matter, right? That's what it is. It's only one part of all the shit that we don't understand. There's also dark energy, which is infinitely more confusing.
Damn, that really puts things into perspective, huh?
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of space videos. You got a lot of free time when you're sick.
You're right. Everyone should look at the stars more.
Yeah. You remember Josh? The freshman kid with Downs? I told you about these cute short stories he wrote that are always about aliens.
Yeah?
These kids at school, they always shove him into lockers and trash cans and call him a retard and read his homework aloud to everyone. The other day they got their hands on one of the short stories he wrote.
No.
Yeah. One of those fucking brutes read the whole thing aloud to anyone who was listening. They made a total mockery of it. It was disgusting.
Did you do anything?
I tried, but I'm not tall or strong enough. Managed to block him from Josh though. Took a minor hit that majorly sucked.
What? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's not that bad. I just wish you were there with me.
Me too. You are totally in your corner.
They would have kicked their goddamn asses.
They would have seen me coming.
What? Give me that look. Oh. Let's see how the story ends. You read Jared's lines, okay? Jared leans over and whispers in my ear, shaking me away from my thoughts. Shut the hell up, Trace.
Oh, you're such a dork, Emma. I love you. I love it.
What?
What?
Oh, where did it go?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No. I mean, it's just, unless you don't, then I definitely don't. I mean, oh God. Can we just finish this?
Okay.
What are you thinking about?
I wish I could see the stars. I wish I could just lay here and watch them from my window. I would give anything. Jared asks,
What if you could?
I'm not sure what he means by this. Before I could open my mouth to ask, he gestures to the window. One at a time, the fluorescent bulbs of the city began to flicker out, and soon entire blocks turn out till the whole city goes dark to reveal a blanket of twinkling stars that fills the sky. It's breathtaking, and I can hardly believe it. Jared is quietly watching my eyes. He asks,
Did you know today's Earth Day?
I didn't.
I wrote a letter and made a few calls. Told them that it was a national holiday and that it would be unpatriotic if they didn't acknowledge it. That seemed to catch their attention.
It all seems unreal. Did you really do all of this for me? Jared laughs.
Of course not. I did it for the Earth.
Is that really how it ends?
Yeah, I did it for the Earth.
I like that.
So did I cheer you up?
Don't be silly, of course you did. You always cheer me up.